One new neighbor is changing the real estate market in a section of Denver. I mean, it makes sense because the new neighbor is the Broncos Stadium coming to Burnham Yard in 2031. Our Spencer Soysher looks at how it's already shifting the property market there.
Gambling comes with risk.
This neighborhood was always interesting to us, being infill and in the city.
And Jake Malman with Malman Real Estate may have just played his hand very well.
We bought this building in May of this year, so about 4 months before the announcement.
Malman's building is just west of Burnham Yard, and he pulled the trigger on the deal when it was clear Burnham Yard was one of the potential sites for the new Broncos Stadium.
Our plan here was to buy this building, hope for some good news with the Broncos, which we got, and exit the building and sell it to someone else for a premium.
Malman has now been involved in 2 deals in the area, just west of where the Broncos are planning to build their new stadium. His firm recently helped broker a deal to sell this warehouse off-market to a developer for $5.4 million.
So $5.4 million for an acre of land, roughly an acre of land, is about $125 per land square foot, which is very high.
MSU Denver real estate professor Jeff Pesciut says not all buyers and sellers are willing to gamble, and he doesn't expect the floodgates to really open until zoning changes happen here.
It always depends on the zoning. So what you can use it for, how densely you can use it.
The solicitations in the area have already begun, like this message sent to our Marshall Zellinger about property near the site. Marshall's a smart dude, but he didn't foresee the Broncos' plans years ago and doesn't actually own property over here.
E-blast calls, knocking on doors.
That message came from Chase Grimes with Pinnacle Advisors. He's trying to meet and help property owners near Burnham Yard.
On the very surface level right now, I'm just trying to meet people, kind of hear them out and understand their real estate needs.
The Broncos don't plan to move in here until 2031, but the plans for people around it have already begun.
Anytime you're close to a large-scale development like that, anything on the peripheral will benefit from it.
All right, so we're not entirely sure how Marshall ended up on this email blast that guy was sending out, but Malman says they plan to hold on to the building they just bought for at least a year and a day to avoid having to pay any short-term capital gains. He thinks there's already people having the same discussions right now, and that we'll start seeing more of these deals soon.
Mm-hmm. I imagine, though, Spencer, that until all of the zoning minutia is sorted out, like there is risk in saying, like, I'm going to grab land and not know what you can do with it long run.
Right, and that's what the professor said. He said this is sort of a two-pronged thing. They, one, needed that bond to pass this past week for the infrastructure and roads around it. And then the second part is figuring out the zoning aspect of this, how dense some of these things can be, what type of zoning they'll get in this industrial area at the moment.
All right, Spencer Soysher reporting. Thank you, Spencer.